Well, hello from Magdeburg, Germany. This is Sean Michael Andrews, and I just finished a class in Magdeburg. Um, it was really fun. I had a great time, and the students had a good time, and yeah, it was great. I was teaching with my friend Dr. Norbert Prates, and Norbert is wonderful. It's kind of interesting because Norbert is such a warm and caring guy, and it's really cool because a lot of the students that show up in the classes that Norbert brings me into, uh, it's so obvious how much he cares for his students and how much. Hello, Ingo from Rostock, and how much they care for him. He is he is a great guy, and rarely have I met uh, hypnosis instructors who had such adoring fans. So Norbert is great, and I love working with him. It's the third year I've come here, and hopefully I come again next year. Anyway, so one of the things that really I may wind up deleting this video, but anyway, um, one of the things Norbert mentioned during the class was about the way I share. Um, I think Norbert shares my philosophy on this. You share everything. I love to share. The instructors that I had in my hypnosis upbringing were very sharing. They share their knowledge freely, and and it was wonderful, and I learned so much from them. So as a tribute to them, I have dedicated myself to sharing my knowledge with all my students, well, with everyone. If there's something I know and it's really cool, I'm going to share it. And yeah, so I think it's important. I think if we want to move our profession forward, we need to share. And I do not subscribe to the belief that an expert shares a bit but keeps back everything he knows. It's not right. If you know something really cool, you need to share it with people. And yeah, so, but anyway, what I want to share with you is a story. Some of the people who are older may remember this. There was something called a baby book, and baby books were books that were given to parents uh, who had just had a child, and they could put in there the baby's first word, the baby's first, when the baby first crawled, first walked, all these things. It's a baby book. And of course, if you're second child, your baby book doesn't have nearly as much detail as the first child's book. But anyway, so a baby book. And I found something in my baby book that was very profound, and it really applies to instructors teaching people. And it's a poem, and I'm not really a poetry fan. I don't like poems, but this one I love, and it's by someone named Will Allen Dromgoole. Now, Will Allen Dromgoole sounds like a guy, but actually it's a man. Will Allen Dromgoole. She was from, I think she was from Georgia, Anyway, it really expresses the feeling that that I take on when I'm teaching my classes. And it's, if I get emotional during this, well, like I say, I can always delete this video, but it's an amazing poem about sharing your knowledge, because I think that if we want to make hypnotherapy um, available and useful to a lot of people, I think we need to share. And so anyway, so we'll see how long I can go with this. Okay, it's called The Bridge Builder, and this is the poem. An old man going a lone highway came at the evening, cold and gray, to a chasm vast and deep and wide, through which was flowing a sullen tide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fear for him, but he turned when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man, said a fellow pilgrim near, you are wasting your time with building here. Your journey will end with the ending day. You never again will pass this way. You've crossed this chasm deep and wide. Why build this bridge at evening time? The builder lifted his old gray head. Good friend, in the path I have come, he said. There followed after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been the naught, this chasm that has been as naught to me, to that fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I am building this bridge for him. And so that's the poem, and that's an amazing philosophy about sharing your knowledge and helping other people, and I love it. So anyway, okay, so next video will be a lot more fun and upbeat, but I love that poem. I love that philosophy, and if you do too, please share this before I probably delete it. But anyway, take care. Good night.